So you had some questions?
Yes, I did. First one I have is how do you look up labor estimates?
Okay, so for labor estimates, there's a few ways to look them up. You can go to technical information, put in your vehicle, year, model, or sorry, year, make, model, trim. Let's see, labor estimate right here. Select whichever one you need. And then put in whatever you're trying to estimate. Say water pump, click search. And here you'll see water pump or gasket. Here you'll get the labor estimates. So these are times. You're only going to get times when you're looking it up through the technical information feature. If you want to find the times and the cost, which you most probably would, right? You're gonna click on, let me think, customers and vehicles. You click on the customer that you're getting the labor estimate for. If you don't have this customer in your database, you just create a new account for him or add the customer. And then once you do that, you'll basically have like this kind of page. Click on the car that he's requesting. This guy only has one car, but sometimes they'll have more than one car. So just make sure that you're getting the right car for the estimate. Click on new quotes right here. So once you do that, it's going to take you to the quote page. Here you're gonna, let's see here. Okay, put in whatever you're estimating. Leave this on labor. It's gonna be on labor already preset. So just leave it on that. Click the estimate button. And then you can see whatever you need to fix on this car. So here, there's going to be like a list. Click on whatever you're interested in, and here add it to the repair. So it'll be like, for example, it'll be this one. For example, just add and return. And here, it'll give you the hours. It'll give you the whatever your rate, that your hourly rate is. It's going to multiply these two. And it'll give you the total, including, looks like it includes the tax. So you can quote them for the labor by itself. It's going to be $157.61. So that's how you do quotes. Is there anything else that you want me to go over?
Yeah, how do you order parts in the software?
Okay, parts. So in order to order parts, you're going to be working most likely on a repair when you're ordering a part. So let's create a repair for, let's say, this guy here. So you're working on his car and he needs a new water pump. Click, you put in water pump in this little line here. You click this button, it's going to provide a drop down menu. Click on parts. Once you do that, you click the search button. So then it's going to search all the suppliers that you selected in configuration. And I'm going to go over that next. But like for example, if found 24 parts in online stores, click select part. Uh, so you're looking at this part, you're like, yeah, this is just about what I need. Click on select. Uh, so at this point, you're going to click online purchase. From status, select paid. Okay. Once you get it in the store, once you get it in the store, you're going to click received. Okay. So after that, you click save order and return to repair. And here, as you can see, it's like this like bluish color. That's what you want it to be. And That means that it's included. This part is included in the repair.
What happens if it's not blue?
Uh, you can still, it's like almost like a placeholder. You could still use it in the repair order. The problem when it's going to be, the other color is going to be is red. So for example, water pump, you just added it like this. For example, so you added it like this. It's going to be red. So in this case, it's not going to be including in when you export the data to QuickBooks. So if you want the parts to show up in your QuickBooks data, then you would want it to be blue. Okay, and the way to have it blue is just like I showed you, is that you added in in like the previous step, like I just showed. The other way to add it, for example, if you're not buying it, but let's say you have it in your inventory, or you ordered it and then it came and you need to add it to your inventory. So how do you do that? Easy. Go back to this page here, auto parts and inventory. Okay, click this. Once you do that, click on inventory. Then after this, you're gonna see these are all the parts that you have in inventory. Click on new inventory. Okay, so that part number that you just ordered, put it in here. Select it. Click the plus button here. I forgot how much it was. Well, let's just say 50. You sell it for 55. You click this plus button, and now it's going to be uh, in your inventory. So there it is, order 79. So it's in your inventory. So for example, if you're working on a repair order, uh, you can select it from your inventory. You don't always have to buy it from the store. So you select water pump, go to parts, search, and then see you have 5 found in inventory. Click here, and I think I think it was like this one or something. So you click that, or maybe it's no, just yeah, I think it's this one. Click that, click OK, and then it adds it here. Again, it's blue. So, and again, if it's red, it's not a big deal because you can put in your own however much the price and everything like that still works the same. The only thing is, like I said, it's not going to show up. Oops, my bad. Uh, water pump. Click this. Click 55. Click add item. So see, it's still going to show up in the repair order. It's going to show up on the invoice. It's the only thing is it's not going to show up in QuickBooks in the QuickBooks data. The only thing in QuickBooks that's going to show up if you have a uh, red icon is the labor. So just make sure it's blue. So that's how you do that's how you work with auto parts.
All right. Okay. Okay. What about fluids? How do you look up fluid specifications?
All right. Again, you go to technical information, put in the vehicle, year, model, uh, go to fluids, and here it'll give you a list with all the fluid specifications. So engine oil, cooling, transmission for different, automatic, manual. So that's how you look up liquids.
Oh, okay. How do I print an invoice?
Oh, real quick. So I forgot to mention for auto parts. Let me just digress real quick. Let's see. Go to financial to set up. This is how you set up auto parts. Okay. Shop suppliers. Here, uh, if you're working with advanced auto parts, it's pretty easy to set up. You go to they're gonna have like a little menu here where you put in your ID or your username and password, and then you're gonna click a button that says link accounts. You click that. It's gonna take you to stage 3, and then you're just gonna switch this button to switch it on. So Uh, Advanced Auto Parts is really easy to set up. If you work with anybody other than Advanced Auto Parts, you're gonna have to work with them through either NextPart/WHI or Parts Tech. Now, this might be a little confusing, but let me just walk you through this. In order to set up, for example, O'Reilly via NextPart, and NextPart is just an intermediary. It's just a company through who we do business, or through who we can access O'Reilly's auto parts. So in order to access O'Reilly Auto Parts, you have to first log into NextPart. If you don't have a NextPart account, what you'll do is you'll call your usual sales rep. So you call your O'Reilly sales rep and you ask them, "Hey, I need a NextPart account for O'Reilly." They'll give you a username and password to use, a NextPart username and password specifically for O'Reilly. Okay, so once you do that, you put it in this menu. You put it in into these fields. So you put in your username and password. Again, remember these username and password is your NextPart username and password, not your O'Reilly username and password.
Mm.
But once you put in the username and password for NextPart or WHI here, you click account. It's going to take you to stage 3. Once you're in stage 3, that's when you put in your usual O'Reilly username and password. And then you'll be able to order parts from O'Reilly via NextPart. But again, it's all going to be O'Reilly Auto Parts. We have to go through NextPart at this point. We're working on direct integrations with other part suppliers right now, but right now this is the way we do it currently. I know it's not the most convenient way, but it works just as well. As long as you can link it, as long as you go through configuration and your link accounts, it's gonna work just as well. So sorry, I had to mention that real quick. You asked me about invoice, right?
Yeah, how do I print an invoice?
Okay. So in order to do that, let me first walk you through repair orders because you're going to be working obviously on repair orders before you print your invoice. So for example, let's say Pete Smith calls you and he says that he needs work done on his car. You go to him, right, or create a new customer. Again, once you do that, you click new repair, right, to create a new repair order. So there it is, repair order number, whatever. Here, let's say he needs a new water pump. Put that in, water pump. Again, this is going to be very like simple just because I'm demonstrating, but click estimate, water pump and our gasket. Click, I don't know, I guess this one. It's going to take 3.6 hours, add a return. Uh, let's see, water pump for parts. Click on parts, search. Let's add this one. Okay. Okay, so this is your very basic repair order. Okay. Uh, so once you get your car in the shop, it's going to be set on initial. Initial and inspect. So once somebody goes over to inspect the car to figure out what's wrong, you're going to click on inspect, right? After which point your technician is going to write up the repair order after he inspects the car, obviously, right? Once you do that, you know what labor you need, you know what parts you need. Then you're gonna click on approve, right? So this is when you're either gonna call your customer if he's not in the shop. Let's say he went back home or something like that. You're gonna call him up and you're gonna say, hey, you need a new water pump. So we're gonna replace it and we ordered a pump for you, okay? And then so he needs to so you give him the price for each. He's gonna say, okay, that sounds good, do it. You can also email him to approve through online. So you can actually just email it to him. You can send him as a text message the repair order for approval for him to approve this labor and the parts. Uh, let's see. So templates for messages, link to repair, or you create a new link. So once you do that, see this link. If we go to this link here, this is what the customer is essentially going to see. So see here, he's going to click approve or reject. Let's say he says, no, I'm going to go somewhere else, get it cheaper or something like that. But if he says, yeah, that sounds good, yeah, go ahead. Clicks approve, approve. And then here, and you just click on parts delivery, approve all. And at that point, at this point, you're waiting for the parts to come in. So that might be a few hours, right? Once the parts come in, uh, then you click on waiting on technician. So whoever is going to be working on the car, maybe he's working on something else. He finishes up with whatever he's working on. Then he goes and he starts working on this car. So he goes to labor. Then once he's done with that, then he's going to click on finished. Everything's finished. And then the customer comes in the shop and pays for the repair. And it's done at this point. So at that point, uh, or before actually he probably pays, or maybe after, I guess it doesn't really matter. But you click on invoice, and then you can either send to the customer, which is going to send to the email address that is in his account in when he registered. You can send the email to you, or you can just open it up to print it out. So there it is. This is your invoice. So here you just print it out, and you can give it to the customer with the total here and with the labor and the part. Then he pays, and the repair is complete. So yeah, that's how you print invoices. If you want a different invoice, we have a few templates that you can choose from. Let's see here, invoice settings. So yeah, we have like different type of like templates that you can use, and this is you can also replace this with your logo if you want to. Yeah.
Um, okay. How do I set my labor rates?
For labor rates, again, it's configuration, financial, special rates. Click on this button. This is going to be your default labor rates. So for example, you charge, I don't know, you charge like whatever it is you charge, 75 per hour. Diagnostics, you're going to charge 50. Weekends, you charge 100. So these are your standard rates. That's how you set them in the configuration. If you can add other labor rates also. For example, if you like do like fleet servicing or something like that, then you just, you can put in fleet, and then you give them special labor rates, maybe for fleet because you get larger, quantity. You give them a bit of a discount. So instead of 75, you do like 70 per hour. You know, diagnostic will be like a little cheaper. You know, save it, and then you can use different. You have like different rates for different type of repairs.
Okay. Um, okay. What about when I get a car in the shop that needs inspections or diagnostics? How do I run that?
All right. Okay, let's go back to repair order. So, oh, this is complete. See, I'll open up. Okay. You want diagnostics. If you want to do diagnostics on a car, you go click this button and you click on diagnostics. Click select. Then here, these are going to be your templates. So you want a paid inspection. Click that. Click this button. Start inspection report. And here you're going to go over the car and check it out. Lights okay, AC okay, everything here is okay. Antifreeze, need to add a little bit of that. This is good, this is good. save and return. And open marker list. Let's say, you know, here's like some curb rash or something. Save. So that's how you do inspections. So let me show you how to set up the templates, because there's like different templates that you could use. So you could use gold inspection, inspection report. See, in here, like you have a lot more options that you could choose from. So how do you set up the templates, right? Go to configuration, technical, go to technical, inspection templates. So this is how you create your templates. So add inspection template. Say it's a premium premium price. Let's say this one costs 200, and then it takes about an hour to do. Save. And here you can choose what will be on it. Be all of this, well, maybe not this, maybe not this, 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 and then you just select everything that you want to be on this premium selection template. So after you do that, click save, and go back here, and there it is, premium inspection. So if we go back to quotes and repairs, and we go to this one. So if you click on diagnostics, select, it's going to pop up. See, there it is. We just created this one, right? Premium inspection. Click on it, start inspection report, and see the antifreeze is not on here and the engine oil isn't on here because we didn't select it. But yeah, that's how you create inspection templates.
So I use QuickBooks. Can I export the data from the software to it?
Yeah, so to do that, you go to configuration, go to financial, go to QB syncing. So here, run setup is going to open up this little window. Put in your username and password. Click sign in. Once you do that, this button will no longer be grayed out, so it'll be active. Click on this button and it's going to sync. If you don't want to for it to synchronize, if you don't want to click the button for every time for it to synchronize, you can just click. You can toggle this little switch here, and it's going to auto synchronize, and then you can choose the time period. You know, every 2 days, weekly, bi-weekly. So that's how it can be auto synchronized.
Um, okay, that seems to be all the questions I have. If I have any more questions, do I just call you back, or is there a specific line I can call?
You can use the chat right here. So if you have questions, just drop us a message. Somebody will get back to you.
Mm. Thank you.
All right. You have a good one.